watching Sunday Morning Matters on KC24, your local election headquarters.
He keeps on saying, I'm your fundraiser, but the t-shirt sales, he's ended up keeping the money. And so obviously there's quite a bit of antipathy between this individual and myself.
For the second time in as many weeks, Fresno Unified releasing details into a new accusation against trustee Slatic. This one details a verbal altercation with a Bullard wrestling coach. And again, you can watch Slatic's full response on Sunday Morning Matters Extra. That is on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. So lots to chat about. We're going to bring in our panel for the week. So let's take roll call. KC24 political analyst Jim Veros, the chair for Fresno City and County Republican Women Federated, Diane Pierce, and Fresno Unified School Board trustee Veva Islas is here. So Veva, I guess you would know that I'm coming straight to you for the leadoff. You heard Terry Slatic. He says he's not the problem. He says that the board needs to get their facts straight. He says he told Superintendent Nelson that we should talk to the cheer squad. He knew about it beforehand and that he gave his blessing to meet with the cheer squad.
You know, if you know anything about Bob Nelson, it's that he wholeheartedly cares about children. There is no way that I would ever believe that he would direct somebody in any form or fashion that could be hurtful or offensive to children. I did speak to Bob, and basically the sequence of events are that Terry communicated to him that he was going to the cheer meeting and suggested that he and Bob talk before the meeting.
So he was going to go even before Nelson gave a blessing or not. That's
right.
What you're saying?
And this is a very fundamental issue that I think everybody needs to understand. Terry and I are Bob's boss. Mm-hmm. We don't need blessings from Bob to go to a meeting, right? He is using this as an excuse to justify why he did. He's trying to throw Bob under the bus by saying, like, oh, you know, he encouraged me. He knew I was going. We agreed that I would go. Terry was letting Bob know that he was going to go. And the reasons why he explained to Bob that he was going to go were that he felt he had some like cultural insight as the fact that he was a cheer dad and could communicate with these girls in a way that was going to settle what he called mean girl activity.
Diane, I want to move to you because this is an ongoing issue now. It's escalated from that blackface incident months ago that we've talked about. Slatic says he would do the same thing if he had a do-over. Do you believe he overstepped?
Simply put, yes. But I think it's a bigger problem than that because, as you referenced in the interview, there's multiple incidents that now involve this trustee. And I think after the initial one, I believe it was in January, that had that video and that, there was some room to cut him a little slack, acknowledge that he is, you know, the Marine, and that's kind of a, you know, part of how he is approaching this position. But now I think when you look at everything in totality, there seems to me to be a great lack of self-awareness with him. Even if you want to assume that his motives and intentions are positive, that he is doing this for the best interest of the students and he really wants to make improvements and be this change agent, you can't now be at this point in all what's been going on and still be conducting yourself the way he seems to be choosing to conduct himself. And
Jim, you heard Veva and other members of the board coming out and saying, hey, you need to resign trustee Slatic. That's not going to happen. Trustee Slatic has told me he is not going to resign. He believes the voters and the constituents have his back. So this would mean a recall of sorts. Do you think it's going to get to that point?
I don't know, and it's my job to know these things. And I'm looking at all of you going, I don't know, because like what Diane was talking about in the first instance where he happened to be on campus and this issue happened, I think you had a lot of folks, especially from the Republican Party, had his back by saying, hey, he has military training, he heard this, he disarmed it, and there's no audio. So there was no real evidence to be able to support either of the folks in the video. But where there's smoke, there's fire on this one politically, and you can blame investigators. You can blame a conspiracy of some sort. This is the first time I'm hearing about investigators and requests for proposals, and that doesn't mean it hasn't been going on. I'm saying if this was truly going on, Terry should have made that a huge political issue.
I want to get to this, and Veva, if you can, I know that a lot of things is under investigation. I know you can't speak to everything, but I asked if Terry Slatic was being unfairly targeted. He believes that he is. These reports drop in very peculiar time, I guess you could say, right? One could think that. But were the reports going to drop no matter...
Right.
No matter the timing?
Yes, they were going to drop no matter the timing. We learned about the incident with the recruiter that actually happened prior to the backpack incident that was caught on video. So there was time, and I was ready to censure Terry, quite honestly, when he put his hands on that child. And yes, you're right, we didn't have audio, but the video does speak a lot in terms of, you know, his aggression and, you know, his acting erratic from my perspective. We now have audio without video, right? So we're not getting the full story, but as Diane also pointed out, there's a culmination of all of these things that we do have to appreciate. The issue with the recruiter, the you know, staff now, his actions with the cheerleaders. I just don't feel that there is any way to justify his poor conduct. I don't feel he's being unfairly treated. You know, I would support Terry 100% if all his agenda was really about changing and improving our district. I'm interested in the same thing. I am not attacking students. I am not going on campuses to scold. I'm not interfering with hiring processes of employees, right? Like, he is just doing the most, and he really needs to stop.
Well, real quick, I got 20 seconds.
Take a look at some predecessors of his. Brooke Ashton. He did everything from the meetings primarily. So you may not have liked what Brooke was doing, but you didn't see Brooke on campus. You didn't see, politically, he knew how to duck. So when people called on Brooke to resign, he said no, and then the news cycle swept it away. Terry keeps himself in the news cycle again and again and again. If you want to survive this, shut your mouth and duck.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a lot more. Again, Terry Slatic, the Sunday Morning Matters Extra. You can check it out on our website. It is more about the incident that dropped from Fresno Unified School District this week as well. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We got a lot to talk about.